Okay. Um, Still waiting on. By the way, this is Lucifer. It's your first time joining my channel. Welcome. Please subscribe or leave a like. Also, I'm a business and spiritual consultant. And oh, hold up. Where are my manners? That's better. So thing is, I'm catching up on. I'm 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 looking at some YouTube videos about astrology and shit like that, right? And I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense, but there's this vibe, the whole soul plane kind of vibe thing going on. I'm starting to think like these guys might be using fucking, satellites. They're using like some kind of light refraction shit. Like, because you have to understand, like, because of the magnetic field that rolls around the planet, that covers the planet, there's a kind of like mirroring effect. So there's light that passes through because of the sun, but the same light is guided back into the universe. This is the reason why we can see the stars, and that's the reason why if you go in space you can't really see the stars. But if you're on Earth, you can see the stars because of the magnetic field that revolves around the Earth, that spins around the Earth. Now the thing is, I think these guys figured out a cool little trick, a neat little trick to do holographic kind of hard light structure, kind of holographic shit, right? A little bit of esoteric mixed with some new age technology of some sort. Nothing too fancy. It's probably like something not even that fancy, just a regular ass light beam kind of shit, right? So either it's probably not even light beam. They're probably like using what I would do if I could is I would send radio signals into that same light structure. So basically, I would basically piggyback off of light structures in order to give commands to people. That's what I would do. I'm not saying that's what they do. It could be, but that's what I would do. I think they use radio waves and the natural light source of the planet in order to give like to subliminally brainwash people. I think that's what they do. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You know, it is a neat trick, I guess. I guess you can call it that if you want to. The only thing is they don't use it for any good purposes. They use it for bad purposes, and I don't think something like that should exist. If it does, I don't think it should exist. I think it should be destroyed as soon as possible. Because I don't see how sending mixed messaging in people's minds or everyday life could end up being a good thing for anybody. I think that's very toxic. Um, I think that's very toxic. I don't think it's something good that can happen. So this segues a little bit into Dolo shit because Dolo's always talking about planes and soul travel and shit like that. And he has like a pack of like witch goons and shit. And from what I'm seeing, well, in my experience, it took literally about 20 witches to curse me, and even then, it barely worked. And the only thing that actually worked was the government cutting the electricity off in my whole entire, you know, city. They legit cut the electricity off in the city while I was, you know, ramming Dolo the pilot man. So it can't be esoteric. I mean, what they're doing can't be completely esoteric. I'm not saying that, you know, the curse didn't work at all, you know, or else I wouldn't know that I was being cursed. But nonetheless, it still took 20 of them, probably more, to do some kind of magic, which they still are trying to do with that whole STD thing and talking about STDs and all that garbage. Bro, that's just ridiculous. That's offensive, insulting, and just plain old childish ridiculousness, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'm guessing it might be a trick like that. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm guessing. But with all their talk of stars and stuff like that, you know, they was talking about astrology. A lot of people talking about astrology, you know, this and that and this and that. It's like I told you guys before. You know, when there's a new trend, who do you think make these trends? Like The Secret, or you know, a bunch of yoga classes, or you know, things like that, right? Who do you think make the trends? I mean, sure, I can make a trend too. If I concentrate on one thing hard enough and long enough and I repeat it every day, it's going to be a trend. Or I can be just an influential person because all of the great things that I've done on earth, and when I do something, it resonates with everybody else, whether they realize it or not. So yeah, I can be influential. I'm not influential in the same way that these guys can be influential though, because they can decide to cancel my YouTube channel. They can decide to, you know, do things like that, right? Get hack my computer and put porn in it. Say that I have kitty porn in my computer and shit like that. They can do a whole bunch of shit. So that's another kind of influential power, right? Um, but I could still consider myself as being an influential person. So I can't say that. What I mean by that is I understand where you're going at with this if you're thinking about the same thing I'm thinking. But can I do that too? Yes, of course. Of course you can be influential. Um, but it's not going to be on the same magnitude, on the same seriousness, because they have access to media and stuff like that. Even though with your own personal magic you can influence media, as I've done many times, um, it's still you know, a respectable power that they have. You know what I mean? And when I mean respectable, I don't mean I respect them. I mean the power itself is respectable due to the amount of damage that it can actually cause, or that it is causing. So basically, this whole Dodo thing, where he's always using planes, always talking about planes, flights, and all kinds of shit. You know, I've never seen him on a plane. You know, I've never seen it on a plane. You know, I don't think he's actually talking about actual planes. You know, the people that are in the know that he has something going on. He has a thing going on where it almost look mystical, but it's actually just a trick. It's just a clever sleight of hand. Dolo the pilot is an agent. You guys are literally following an angel, an angel agent, Uriel, an angel agent. You know, in the Matrix, Seraph is considered to be an angel. So even angels are part of the Matrix. Angels are entities created by the people that created the Matrix. So Seraph is not an actual person. He doesn't have a real body. He doesn't have a real body. He's just like Neo, but he's not human. And the agents, if Neo is incapable of becoming the one, the agents are 100 times stronger than Neo. So you can consider an agent being an angel too, because basically the only people that can fight Seraph, the guardian of the Oracle, is an agent. And even Seraph would probably die fighting an agent. If there's two agents, he might be in trouble. If there are three agents, death may surely come. If there's four agents, he's probably dead. Five, totally dead. One angel, he could probably get away. And like I said, he could probably get away. So even one agent could actually kill him. An agent, an angel agent. It's just a couple letters. Dolo the pilot man. Archangel Uriel, he calls himself. Why does he call himself Uriel? What does that mean? What does it mean? And what does flights mean? How is he able to soul travel? Does he have an online course where he teaches people how to soul travel? Can he teach other people to soul travel? I don't know. I didn't check. I don't know. I haven't seen, in the beginning of the video or at the end of his videos, I didn't necessarily notice if he gives out any references towards any of his courses or things of that matter. So this whole soul travel thing, all of his abilities, where did it come from? Where did he learn those things? How much does he practice? Does he practice? Like what is it? You know? So it's kind of weird. Suspicious, I would say. Ominous, if you don't mind me saying. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just Lucifer. A fallen angel thrown out of heaven for believing in freedom. And I got my ass whooped by a bunch of angels. Pardon my language, no offense meant. So what does all this mean? I don't know. See you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share, dude. share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Um, don't forget to talk about it too. Talk about this. Open the discussion. Have a discussion. Talk about like what these things are doing. Talk about what these talk about this new idea that I'm implementing in your head. Have a conversation about it, man. Like have a conversation about it, dude. Like realize it, man. Like try to see if I'm crazy or not. The scary part to me is that a lot of people are not saying that I'm crazy. That's the scary part. So does that mean I'm actually Lucifer? Reincarnated in this body? Or did I just attain perfect symbiosis because of my own personal light structure? All the houses that I hold within me? Or are all those houses filled with the correct implementations in order for me to be a good enough um, avatar for Lucifer, Satan? I don't like using the word Satan. I think God is Satan. I don't think Lucifer is Satan. I think those are two different people. I think God is Satan, and Lucifer is Lucifer. But that's what I want to call God. I want to call him Satan. I don't want to call him God. Because the God that I read about, or that I assumed that he was a fair and just and loving God. And he would protect his children, and he would never let anything bad happen to his children and shit like that. That's who I thought God was. And he was here to propagate the message of love, and to show people how to become like God in his own image and shit like that. That's the God I thought he was. Now I'm more prone to be like, man, God is fucking Satan, man. This disgusting, vile, evil, putrid, smelly, disgusting freak of nature is the God person that everybody keeps talking about. So to me, that's Satan right there. I think that's more precise description for God than God. But hey, once again, what do I know? So subscribe to my channel, have a conversation, talk about this with your friends, see how it resonates with them, and then come talk to me about it, and make your friends subscribe to my channel. If he finds this amusing in any shape or form, or educational. See you guys later. Have a good one.